So sometimes when you begin to express more of yourself, when you begin to really connect to the aspects of yourself that you've disconnected from or that you forgot about, when you begin to remember who you really are, sometimes you begin to recognize a certain sensitivity that you've been numbing. So this is what happened for me. I'm somebody who identifies as highly sensitive now, when in the past I would never have used those words to describe myself. Connecting to who I really am uncovered that sensitivity and that connection to energy that I didn't really know before. Because if you're like me, you didn't grow up in a family that talked about energy, about our responsibility when it comes to our own energy or the energy around us. And when we begin to recognize ourselves as energy sensitives, we are forced to start to look at what that really means, and also our responsibility when it comes to that energy and what it is we can do with that for ourselves, but also for the collective. And so today I would just want to share a little bit about fear energy within the collective, because we're feeling a lot of that these days on a global scale, but also just recognizing these opportunities that we have to help reduce or ease or even collapse certain timelines around fear that we feel around us. As energy sensitives, we can begin to recognize when there is a fear energy around us or trying to penetrate into our own energy field, and recognize when we have the ability or the power to just simply say no to that, or to help change that or shift that energy. This can sometimes look different in so many cases, and this ties into the wisdom of knowing when we are responsible for taking action, when we can do something, when we should do something, or when we can or want to do something. And as we begin to master our sensitivity and our understanding of what is unseen and unknown in a lot of spheres still today, we can start to fulfill these roles that some of us know we're being called to step into. Like, we feel like this need to step into something, but we don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of it is connected to our own power in our own lives and our own communities, and where it is that we are, the earth in general, and reconnecting to what it is that we can do as powerful creatives and sensitives, energy workers, recognizing that we can step up when we feel called to, and that it's okay. And I've been doing that more and more, but not talking about it. So I'm feeling like it may be time to start talking about that a little bit more. And specifically today, I had a very strong experience around collapsing a fear timeline, at least for myself. And I'd like to share that. I mean, it's for myself, but I also feel it being a part of the collective consciousness fear around a specific thing. And this is the thing, we in our own lives can recognize what may appear to be like a small fear timeline but that is affecting a lot of people on a very regular basis, and seeing how we can energetically come in as crystals to kind of just help dissimulate or shift the energy in a way, or at least work the energy workers, right? So for me today, that even though there's like bigger things going on, everything is connected, and sometimes we're being called to step into situations that, as energy sensitives, we feel beforehand, and we don't want to associate ourselves with. We don't want to walk into those spaces. We feel hesitation or some kind of reservation. Like, we do not want to go into those spaces because we know that they're going to be uncomfortable, that they're going to be hard. But a part of our work sometimes is to come in and help feel those things and feel it for the collective, feel it for others, feel it for ourselves, so we can let it come through us and dissipate. So sometimes that can be something super simple. Sometimes it can be something way bigger. It really depends. And I invite you to look at your own life and your own situation right now, and any kind of fear that you might be feeling that may be for yourself, but that also may be for the collective. So for me, if I just give an example to show you that this can be anything, but if you are conscious and aware and in tune with the energy around you and your role, the role that you can play as an energy worker, you can help, basically. If you're feeling like you want to help and you don't know how, there are ways that you can start to just act as an energy worker every day and focus on love and helping to reduce fear and bring more love in general. So what happened to me today was just, I feel a lot of collective fear around a specific travel route in the area that I live. People, as soon as I tell them that I need to take this specific road, people put their fear onto me. They're like, oh no, like traffic jams or whatever. Like there's like this tension, this energy around this route that collectively the people in this area are just so tense around and hanging on to, and a fear. It's like, as soon as you have to go that way, the tension comes in. People don't want to have to deal with it, And when we see things that way, sometimes we make the situation worse when in reality it's totally fine. So I felt that fear for myself today. I felt the fear that others had put on me, when in reality, if other people hadn't have told me about there being a potential problem with that route, I probably wouldn't have felt anything. But I was feeling the collective fear, feeling like, oh my God, you're gonna have to go that way. Oh, problems, And I let myself feel that. I let myself breathe through that. And at the same time, a part of me knew that it was gonna be totally fine, and it was. There wasn't any problem whatsoever. And that's not to say that maybe there won't be a problem tomorrow, but it really, really felt like an exercise in feeling through collective energies, feeling through these stories that we tell ourselves sometimes and that amplify and that kind of make things worse, and how we have control and we can shut out certain stories and not let them influence our day-to-day as much as they might if we allow those stories or that energy to come in and penetrate us and become our reality. Because you get to choose what you put your focus on, and you can also choose what you decide to be scared about and what you decide to the way you decide to make your day. I truly believe that. So this is really just a sharing and an invitation for you to have a look at what collective fear you may be feeling into right now, and you get to decide whether or not you're going to let that affect your day, or if you will bring love to that situation, if you will let that fear come out of you, recognizing what is actually your fear or the fear of the collective, and how you want to shift that for yourself. Thanks for listening. Wishing you a great day, and I'll see you in another expression.